Welcome to Subjective Insights. That's my sister.
Hi.
So today, right, I've been having little debates with Christians, right? So I'm going to put my Christianese hat on. Well, there are kind of two gospels that I know of, or there are quite a few, but there's like the orthodox mainstream gospel that most people that call themselves Christians believe in, and it essentially goes like this. You're a naughty boy, right? You're born a naughty boy, basically. Because of what Adam did, you're fucked. You're going to go to hell, but you're going to burn and get hurt forever and ever and ever. But there's good news, right? If you believe in Jesus Christ, that he died on the cross and was resurrected again in 3 days, and you repent, you turn away from your sinful life and you follow the law, essentially what they say, you get to go to heaven. You get a reprieve, right? You get forgiven. And then that's it, pretty much. You just go to heaven, sit before the pearly throne, and just say that God's a good boy again and again and again forever. And it sounds pretty shit to me, right? Because it has God being a failure. God tries to reconcile all of mankind to himself. That's his explicit intention expressed in the Bible. But he fails. And these Christians, they claim to believe, they claim to hate sin, right? Yet they have sin being triumphant, and they say that sin's bad because it separates you from God. So they in their system, they have sin being triumphant, having an eternal effect, eternally separating man from God. God can't be happy with that. I mean, he's a bit shit at getting stuff done, hasn't he? But the other gospel I've heard, to put it in the most simplest terms I know, is that God is in the process of making everybody exactly like himself, and there's fuck all anybody can do about it. In fact, every single action and decision, every single event that happens is a vital and necessary step in his plan being worked out. So if you kick against the pricks, as Paul was doing, and you do all sorts of evil atrocities, all of that is within the plan. Now then, you may say to me, oh, but this gives people license to go and act evilly. For hundreds of years, most people believed in hell, yet you still got serial killers and rapists and murderers. I mean, the verses in the Bible that talk about this here, I mean, the Bible doesn't really talk about heaven and hell at all. It's just mistranslations. It talks about the heavens, space up there, right? And in the first chapter of Genesis, God says that let us create man in our own image and let us give him dominion, right? And then there's that psalm where it goes, what is man that thou reckonest him or looks at him? You made him a little lower than the angels and all that kind of stuff. And then it says that you have given him dominion over the works of your hands, you know, over everything, over all things. I mean, that includes galaxies, space, stars and that, right? And then you go to Corinthians, right? The first book of Corinthians, and you got the passage that starts off, for as in Adam all die, so in Christ will all be made alive, blah blah blah, so that God may be all in all, the last enemy that's killed is death. And then it talks about a resurrection. That's what the Bible actually talks about. It doesn't talk about an afterlife where you're some spiritual entity in this kind of other realm and you just sit before the pearly throne, patting God on the head. It says that you die a living soul and you're resurrected a life-giving spirit or a quickening spirit, right? The term the King James uses is vivifying, and to vivify means to give life to. It also says that God is a spirit. Now then, so the kind of projected future that this gives to mankind is that everybody's going to be out there seeding the universe with life. I mean, you've got all these dead, empty planets that are just rocks floating in space with fuck all on them, and when we die, that's the living soul dying, and when we're born again, we're life-giving spirits. Now what the hell are life-giving spirits going to do? They're going to go out in space and bring life, aren't they? They're going to make the whole universal garden fructify. I mean, that's quite glorious. I don't know if it's true or not, but it would be nice if it is, you know? And in my eyes, I don't know about your eyes, but in my eyes, that fits the bill for good news. I mean, the good, that's what the gospel means. The good news that most Christians believe in is that, look mate, everybody's going to hell, you know, where they're going to burn forever and ever and ever. And burning is just an allegory. You can't really describe the pain and torment that they're going to be going through forever and ever and ever. But it's alright. If you say the sinner's prayer and you repent, you get to go to heaven and you'll be fine. But then in my heart, I'm like, yeah, but what about my mates? What about my family? What about all these people that don't do that? And as to believe in, I can't choose to believe something. I either do or I don't. It's just something I discover. So it's not really good news, is it? It's not good news at all. But the other version about God making man to have dominion over absolutely everything, to be like a husbandman for his entire creation and bring life to it all, man, that's awesome. It means when we're resurrected, if that happens, we get to fly around space, bring in life, bruv. Seeing new life forms come about and interact and stuff like that. And we get to sit on the throne with God. I mean, that's bloody epic if it's true. I don't know, but it'd be nice if it is. Goodbye.